Hi Titans, welcome back. My name is Jennifer Wheeler, Project Manager in the Dean of Students Office, and I'm back today to talk to you about basic needs services. In the summer, we had a webinar with Victoria Jamian, who is our basic needs coordinator, and she talked to us about all the services that were available at that time, but there are some updates now. So I invited her back so that we could have her join us again and talk to us all about basic needs, what's available, and what else is going on in the Basic Needs Center. So Victoria, I'll hand it over to you to get us started.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you for having me back on. We're very excited to share what's been going on for the fall semester. So I've just quickly shared my screen just to kind of say this is an update, if you will, for Tuffy's Basic Needs Services for fall, and just to share a little bit more about what we're doing. Just in case you didn't know, I want to just provide some context about how Tuffy's Basic Needs fits in within the Dean of Students Office. We are a part of the Dean of Students Office. And just some context, this is the first time you're actually hearing about Tuffy's Basic Needs Services Center. So the mission statement for the Dean of Students Office is available on the screen. And I want to highlight the portion that says, we assist students in navigating the university and resolving educational, personal, and other concerns that affect the quality of their Titan experience. And so that's how Tuffy's Basic Needs fits in within the Dean of Students Office, as we try to resolve any issues a student may be facing regarding food, housing, or financial insecurity. Just so if you didn't know, this is the organization chart of the Dean of Students Office. In the gold, you'll see our main office staff. On the light blue side is the student conduct side of the house, but the dark blue side on the right is where Care Services and Tuffy's Basic Needs Services Center falls within. So we're led by our Associate Dean of Students and Director of Care Services, Carmen Curiel. We also have a Care Services Coordinator, Marlene Romero, myself, and then we also have some graduate assistants. I wanted to highlight this because usually when it comes to basic needs requests, I am the primary point of contact for students, but Carmen or Marlene may also be providing some assistance as well. And our two grad students have been doing wonderful work when it comes to programming and CalFresh assistance. So I just wanted to highlight that in terms of like who is a part of the basic needs team and maybe providing support. If you're like, well, what is Care Services and how does Tuffy's Basic Needs fit in within that? So Care Services is really here to help students develop healthy plans of action to promote success and restore their well-being. So we can really help students just access involvement opportunities on campus, help them problem solve any specific challenges, and provide university-related information. So I'm on the left of this picture, Marlene is in the middle, and Carmen is on the right. But Care Services is really for students who've experienced some sort of distress that could hinder them academically, emotionally, behaviorally. And we provide that care-related guidance and resources to students who are experiencing this distress. So Care Services, you can see, is not only for basic needs services, but also for students who are facing some sort of concern or they may be in distress. So just wanted to, again, provide that context. How did Tuffy's Basic Needs come to be on campus? So back in 2015, the CSU Chancellor Timothy White commissioned a study on food and housing insecurity among CSU students. And this first survey went to faculty and staff to get their perspectives. And then in 2016, the 23 campuses were surveyed by for their student bodies on the same topic. So how were students perceiving food and housing insecurity? And what were their responses to that? So from that report, about 41.5% of CSU students reported food insecurity at least one or more times in the past 12 months of taking that survey. And almost 11% reported homelessness one or more times, again, in the last 12 months of taking that survey. So it is an issue across the CSUs. This is not, again, specific to CSUF. But as you can imagine, students who are reporting food insecurity, housing insecurity, or maybe both, are also experiencing other consequences associated with that. So that could be physical and mental health concerns. They may have academic concerns as well. If you can imagine being concerned about where you're going to get your food or where a safe place is for you to stay, that's going to compete with your student responsibilities and your academics. So from all that is what led to Tuffy's Basic Needs Services Center. So for the fall, we are providing virtual assistance to students. So we're available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The best way to contact us in the virtual environment is through email. So you can contact us at basicneeds@fullerton.edu. We also are pretty robust constantly posting on Instagram, so you can follow us at Basic Needs at CSUF. And I just dropped a bit.ly link there for our website, but you could also just Google Tuffy's Basic Needs Services Center. And so all of our resources are there, and everything that I highlight, I'll also show you how to find on our website as well. So what are the services that we're providing for fall? So when it comes to food, housing, and financial insecurity, we can connect students who are experiencing any of these to food assistance, potentially temporary housing, or financial resources, whether that's on or off campus. So the way our process works, our students submit a basic needs request, they meet with a member of our staff, and we discuss what's going on and what resources are going to best suit their needs. So this is very much an individualized meeting. It's not a one-size-fits-all. So every student who submits food assistance may receive similar resources, but it could vary. So this could look like CalFresh assistance. It could be referrals based on their location to maybe local food pantries. So again, it just really depends on what's going to be the best fit for the student. And it's not a one size fits all. I do want to say in this COVID environment, just a disclaimer that due to COVID and just being mindful of required compliance and health and safety guidelines, some of our services may be paused or adjusted throughout the semester. And so if that should happen, we will post updates throughout the semester to our website, but you can always email us at any time if you have questions, if you want to see what kind of support is available before reaching out to us, you can certainly do that. Our email is basicneeds@fullerton.edu. One of the things I want to highlight that I think is really helpful during COVID is the CalFresh virtual assistance that we're able to provide students. So if you don't know, CalFresh is a nutrition assistance program to help students and households purchase fresh groceries. And a lot of students are actually eligible for this benefit. So if you'd like to know if you're eligible, you can submit our basic needs services request for virtual application assistance. And then we'll do a pre-screen, see if you do meet any of those eligibility criteria, and then we can help you with the application process. So this is a long-term support that would be really helpful if you are seeking food assistance. But again, if you're not eligible, we still want to connect you to other resources just to make sure that you are connected to as many resources as possible from Tuffy's Basic Needs. So a little bit about our eligibility criteria. So services are designed for students who are enrolled and matriculated. So matriculated means in a degree-seeking program at the time of their request. These services are for students who are experiencing some sort of unforeseen crisis, an emergency, that really could be impacting their ability to stay enrolled at CSUF. If they are requesting financial assistance, they should be able to demonstrate urgent financial need. And if they have supporting documentation, that's very helpful, but we understand there are certain circumstances where that may not be available. They have no other financial resources available or they've exhausted those. And then you see an asterisk next to the last one, which is in good academic standing. So if a student knows they're not in good academic standing or they're unsure, that does not preclude them from utilizing any of our resources. We still encourage them to reach out to us. Again, like I said earlier, this is very individualized, so we will still try and provide as much support as possible to students. And at the very bottom, you'll see that all requests are subject to review by a basic needs review committee when it comes to our services. So you've heard a little bit about our services. If you want to know how to reach out to them, this is how we do this. So first and foremost, I do want to share that students are asked to submit their own basic needs request due to the sensitive nature of their circumstances. I'll show you how to submit our online request form, but if you are concerned about a friend, you can direct them to our basic needs services request form, but we ask that the student themselves who are in need of services complete their own form. So to access our services, so this is just our main website. I do want to highlight that the Dean of Students website has made it very easy for you to access any of our request forms. So you could always just go to the Dean of Students website and click here, or you can just go to submit a request on our direct website. We do try to respond as quickly as possible, usually within 1 to 3 business days. But when you're ready to submit an online request form, you can click on the link, and then as you can see, there's some information before you begin, a review of our eligibility information, and then an opportunity for you to share what's been going on. So you can select as many one, all three, two, whatever assistance you're looking for, and then an opportunity for you to share what's been going on. This form is private, so only care services staff see it, and it's really helpful for us in preparing in advance of meeting with you as to how we can get you connected to resources. So like you can see, there's a lot of different questions to ask. And then what kind of outcome are you looking for at the end of the meeting is very helpful for us. So this is available on our website, like I said. So very easy to find and hopefully easy to navigate. All right. I want to also highlight some other services that students can access that don't require our online request form. So first and foremost, we have our hygiene products. So this is something that the Student Health Center is helping us out with during the virtual instruction, and we are very grateful for that. So students can access up to 5 hygiene products per month. To do that, they just need to call and set up a time with the Student Health Center to let them know what products are needed and to set up a time to pick up those products. You can see a list at the bottom of what services, or excuse me, what products are usually available. These are donation-based, so it can fluctuate. So when you call and talk to the Student Health Center staff, just let them know what you're looking for, and they'll let you know if they still have those in stock. I do want to give a shout out to our CSUF community because the majority of our donations from hygiene products are coming from faculty and staff. So definitely a community-wide effort, and again, still available during the virtual instruction through Student Health. And then one other thing I want to highlight that is open to anyone in our campus community is our fall 2020 programs. So we have, I know we're nearing the end of the semester at this point, but we have had a pretty robust programming schedule. So this includes financial literacy, community resources such as food assistance. We are wrapping up Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week as well. So there's a lot of interesting programs that are still available on our website. So if it's something that you missed and you're like, oh, that sounded really interesting, I wish I'd known about it, you're in luck because we do record them and we post them to our website. So you can review them at any point. But I do want to highlight some upcoming programs we have to finish out the semester. So next week we have Managing Debt, and then we have our very last program of the semester is Eating Healthy During Finals. So great programs to help you kind of round out your financial literacy as you will. But let me show you how you can find our programs, and if you want to see a previously recorded one, how you can access that. So if you go to our website again and just click Program and Events, you can see it's organized by month. So you can see we've had all these different ones. And then if you see a blue hyperlink, for example, Jen did this wonderful Spend Smart, Eat Smart webinar for us back in September, and you wanted to see it, you can just click it. It takes you to our YouTube channel, and you can watch it at that point. One other thing that I want to highlight, we just had our last one yesterday, but we do have Basic Needs Ambassador seminars for students. So this is a new program that we've been piloting this semester that I think has been going pretty well. But it's really a way for students to help their peers with basic needs, to help destigmatize basic needs and insecurity, and help create a culture of care here at CSUF. So we'll be continuing this in the spring semester. We'll be posting our spring calendar a little bit closer to the start of the spring semester, but you can register for these. And like I said, if you are interested in learning more about basic needs and security concerns, how to create that culture of care, I'd highly recommend for you to register for this. This one is specifically for graduate and undergraduate students. We do have one, you can see right below it, for faculty and staff. But again, that's for faculty and staff on similar issues, but geared a little bit differently. So you can see what we've had in November. We are working to get these uploaded, but once they are, you'll be able to click the links and then review those there. And then you can see what we've had for Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. So I just wanted to highlight some of the programs that we've had. And again, you can review those on our website if you'd like to see some previously recorded ones. I just also want to highlight some additional resources that you can access at any time. So we do have some COVID-19 specific resources. We do have a COVID-19 resource guide that the university put together that is periodically updated. So it's got resources like food, housing, other resources within the community. We also make a lot of referrals to the California Coronavirus COVID-19 response website. I recognize that in this virtual environment, not everybody is in Orange County or even near Fullerton. So if you're looking for information on resources that are COVID-19 related specifically to where you are, this is a great place to start. And I know we've been getting a lot of questions really since the start of the pandemic about eviction moratoriums and just some concerns related to eviction. So there is a statewide freeze right now through February 1 of 2021. And then if you had questions about that, if you wanted to see an eviction FAQ, if you wanted to see a sample letter, if you were going to request this from your landlord, we actually have that on our website as well. So you can go to our other resources on our website and find this information there. We do also have other resources for food, housing, and other related support. So we do have an Orange County Housing Resource Guide. This is primarily emergency shelters, transitional housing, low-income rentals, but it's a good place to start. And then we also make a lot of referrals to students who might be seeking off-campus housing that's local to Fullerton to offcampushousing.fullerton.edu. So this is through Housing and Residential Engagement. And it's a awesome website if you were interested to see what are the apartment rates nearby Fullerton. If you've never signed a lease before, there's information on what to expect, what to look for. Then you can also search for roommates from other Cal State Fullerton students who might be seeking one too. So a great place to start if you're looking for off-campus resources in the Fullerton area. We also make a lot of referrals to the ASI Mobile Food Pantry right now. It is mostly contactless and it's happening most Fridays. We have a link to that on our website. You can also check out ASI's website, but it's a wonderful resource. My understanding is you sort of drive up and then they load the groceries into your car and then you're able to drive away. So mostly contactless and as safe as possible. We can make it during COVID. But also, if you're not in the Fullerton area, we'll make referrals for you to local food pantries. And we do that through connecting students to 211. So 211 is a social services database, if you will. You can call in or you can check it out online. But if you wanted to find resources in, let's say, if you lived in Oceanside, you can use 211 to find by your zip code. And so it's really helpful if you want to see what's local to you based on the area that you live in. And then one other thing that I want to highlight, just because we are in the virtual instruction period, is if you need a device request through IT. So if you have a need for a laptop, a MiFi hotspot, a webcam, or a headset, you can actually request a device through IT. There's a handy link on the Dean of Students website. You can request that through IT, just sign in with your portal, and then IT will follow up with you. And it's, again, contactless pickup. So that's just to help support you during this virtual instruction if you have any need of those devices. So you heard a little bit about resources you can find on your own, our programming. You saw how to find our online request form, but what happens once you submit a request? Where do we go from here? So a member of our staff will reach out to you to schedule a meeting. And like I said earlier, these meetings are really individualized and they're really there to help students based on the concerns that they shared on our online request form. We'll identify and start coordinating resources and referrals, whether that's on or off campus. We could develop an action plan for you depending on what your needs are, and then we'll follow up with you as needed. So it could be one meeting and we get you the support that you need, but maybe it takes multiple meetings. Again, it's just case by case and what will suit the student best. So that's all that I have for today in terms of where we're going. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them. And thank you again for having me today, Jennifer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Victoria. I know that this virtual instruction period, being online, has been really difficult for everyone, but I will say one perk is that these great programs and presentations are available, after the fact. So I really want to highlight your website that has the links to all of those. Titans, make sure you're checking that out. Basic Needs Center has put so much time into developing those and reaching out to campus partners and community partners. So there's some really good information on there. Definitely check it out. And Victoria and the Basic Needs Center is always here to answer your questions. Make sure you're looking through the website. There's so much good information on there. So thank you again, Victoria. It was so great to have you on again. And until next time, Titans, we'll see you later. Bye.